Okay. Hold on. So I said, hold on, pause, y'all, because I'm talking to Maya about her test. But you do need two multiples that add to the 12 and multiply to the, yes, I mean, your answer is correct. To the 36. Correct. Yes. You're very welcome. So sis, yes, you can do, are you asking me to go through that? I will. Nina, this is algebra 1. You said something with the final answer including a 3. Okay, Maya, that's a good idea. Esther, yes, I'm so glad to hear you say that you love it. Okay, perfect. All right, here we go. 6 and 6. So there's a couple ways that you can do this. My bad. A lot of people do this little X right here, and they put the 36 up here, and they put the 12 down here. I need something to add to 36 that and multiplies, adds to 12 and multiplies to make 36. So what you do is you put your two terms here that make that happen, okay? Factoring means that I'm going to find two things that do what? Factors are what? Factors are what? Because let's first understand what factors are. Melanie, you see that? What Maya has said about her TSI? A lot of factoring. So same, that's the second person today that said it's a lot of factoring. Anybody who's taking the TSI, check what Maya said. Range, median, probability, mode, XY equal. Goodness, volume, percentages. Woo. I did teach it another way. So something that multiplies. What multiplies to make 36? 1 times 36. 2 times, I know I don't like this way either. 2 times 18, 3 times 12, 6 times 6. So 6 and 6 add to make 12, and they multiply to get 36. Now, Melanie says she don't like that way. Lee, do you like that way? Because I don't. I usually don't do it this way. But I try to be nice and help everybody. So that's how you would find it that way. Okay? Let's say we don't like that way. All I do is list the factors. And I'm looking for two things that I multiply together, right? This is always going to be x times x because how do we get x squared? By multiplying x times x. My numbers are positive, so I'm going to put two plus signs. Now, I just factored this 36 because I always look at the last term to help me determine what two numbers add up to make 12. Square roots? They had a lot on your test, Maya. Jeez. So since 6 times 6 is 36, and when I add it, it makes 12, my answer would be this. But Amin wrote x plus 6 to the power of 2, which is fine as well. So square roots, mean, median, mode. Goodness, you had a lot of stuff. Because Lee Woo, you said 2 and 12, but when I add them, Kai says she does it August 1st. Iris, factors are multiples. Multiples were things that multiply together to equal something. Probably like 9:30, 10. Kid said no, no 3. No 3, just x plus 6. Because they have to add up to equal the middle term. So this is how I tell my students to look at it. If you don't know how to multiply polynomials, so you usually learn how to multiply polynomials first before you learn how to divide them. So look at what happens. Let me show you this, because before you learn how to factor, you had to multiply, right? So for instance, when you did 3 times 4, you got 12. When you did 6 times 8, you got 48. These two numbers here are factors because they multiply to equal the product. Now we upgrade a little bit. Instead of us multiplying just regular numbers, we're going to multiply entire expressions together. When we multiply an expression, it gives us this large trinomial, okay? So just think of these here are the numbers I multiply together to get this answer, which is the product. All right. Now that I am just so smart and I have upgraded my life, they gave me x plus 6 times x plus 6 because now I'm in algebra and I need to be able to multiply expressions. She said there were also problems where you had to factor, then plug in each answer choice. Factor 3x. Oh, you had to factor 3 times. Oh, they weren't playing with you. Where you live? What area of Texas are you in? You ain't gotta tell me exactly where you stay. Like Houston. I got a lot of people from Houston, DFW area, El Paso, like Northwest, East Texas, the Panhandle. Cause they did you something serious. Hey, Rochelle. Oh, okay. I don't know what it said. Sound familiar though. Whew. Okay. So if you don't understand multiplying, then you won't understand unmultiplying, which is what factoring is the opposite of multiplication, right? Hey, Rochelle. And so here you can even, I know nobody has ever seen you multiply polynomials like this, but you actually can stack them just like you've learned how to multiply your entire life, right? But it's different because it's a lot of x's, but you can also multiply like that. You can multiply using the box method. And that's the way we factored one time, was using the box method. I don't. Everybody asks me about that math. I have a couple nurses that are going to school though. They pop in sometimes. I do the math because it's kind of all the same, but good, Maya, come back. I want you to. Definitely want you to come back. Thank you for all your insight and telling us what was on your test too. I should have wrote it down. Thank you. You are so nice. Okay, so when we multiply, we do the first times the first. So x times x, first times the last, x times 6. Then we turn around and do first and first, last and first, x 6 times x. And then 6 times 6. Have a good night. You are so amazing. So now after doing this, we have x squared plus 6x plus 6x plus 36. So you see that these 6 times x and 6 times x are here in the middle. We always do what? When we have a multiple of the same term, we have to do what to simplify? Combine like terms. So now I have x squared plus 12x plus 36. So do you see now why we have to add to get the middle term? We have to add to get the middle term. Hey, Z! What's up? Congratulations. Sorry, y'all be having to take a praise break whenever somebody come in and say that they passed. What's up? Congratulations. And it don't be because of me. Y'all, these people, they just say, it don't be all me. They study, they do, they might have got a good test. So this is a resource, Choco Taco. It's in the link in my bio. This is a good resource for passing your test. You're welcome. No, it's Algebra 1. A little bit of Algebra 1. You said there are functions and what else? Lee Woo, you writing all this down so you can tell me later. Functions and what you say, trend on there? You screenshotting? Okay, thank you. You so welcome, Z. Thank you for letting us know too. You welcome, Sissy. I will do a systems of equations, but it probably won't be as advanced as you are. Keep me posted about your math journey. You're gonna be in, since you're in college level math, big fancy. Congrats. All right. So do y'all see why we have to find two numbers that multiply to equal the last term and add to equal the middle term? Hey, just. Hopefully that makes more sense now that I show you how we have to multiply everything together. Perfect. So that's why I said if you don't understand why we got there, then it's just going to be like a bunch of, I got to memorize this and memorize this. Perfect. All right, so here we go. Now that we got that part down to see why we even got to this answer, let's see if we can factor now. So we're on page 11. See, Melanie, you next. There are all these people passing. It's only right that you next. You're next. And Lee Woo. M Creation's not in here yet, but when she get in here, we gonna talk about it. Okay, x squared minus 4x minus 21. Okay, remember we're looking for things that anytime we factor, now I'm looking for factors, right? I'm looking for two pieces of information. Okay, X, oh good. I'm looking for two pieces of information that I multiply together to get this. Oh, you changed your oh, hey Melanie. You on a different phone? Oh, you on a different, okay, because you on the phone. I got you. Girl. Oh, okay. I think you did tell me that earlier because I seen X earlier and I was like, what? Got you. Okay, cool. Okay, I can't wait to hear your results. Oh, but you're not gonna read because you had already started it, right? Lee Woo, you got this one down. You ready? Did you already start factoring it, Lee? And anybody else that's factoring it? The X method, right? Yeah, I don't like the X method. Do you remember? Do you know how to do it by the box method? Because I've showed the box method too, and some people like the box method, which is on my page. I just like the regular old figure out what multiply and add. You want to start over? I get it. I get it. So remember, we're looking for two pieces of information. I think this is easy when the first number is equal to 1. The box method, Lee. You want me to do the box method? I'm glad you're here too, Rick. All right, so I'm gonna put the box in the corner, okay? Look, do I remember how to do the box method? Okay, that's fine. Remember we put, girl, do I remember how to do it? The negative 21 goes here. The x squared goes here. And remember, we still have to figure out the two numbers that multiply, the two factors. We still have to, so it don't really matter. We still have to figure out the factors that go there and there. Remember? I be having to remember myself. Let me see. Oh, is this only for the big numbers though? I think it is. It's only when we do the big numbers. When we have the one in the front. I think it only worked for that one when we had a one in the front. It is x minus 7x plus 3. Look at you, smarty pants. It is. It is. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think it worked for this one. I don't think I've ever used it. I had to look at it again. We do it usually when we do the big one, when it got that A in the front. Yes. So we got x times x. Then we got 7 and 3, 1 and 21. This is a negative 4. So that means one of these numbers has to be negative, and it's going to be the larger one, so it'll be x minus 7. Go Leewoo. Go Leewoo. And who else was that? Smart who? Smarly. Hey, Smarly. And X. Hey, X. Very good. Oh, amen. Miss T class. Benny. Awesome. Y'all so wonderful. Hey, King. Rick said, how did y'all do that? Just went to day one of my new teacher orientation today. Oh, Jaslyn, good. Cause yes. You ready? Cause you teach in 8th grade, right? You excited? That's good. There's another teacher in here. Everybody asks me to do doses calculations, and I don't do it. This is algebra 1. You keep the sign of the bigger number. So you keep the sign of the one. That's when you add integers. But here we are factoring. So we're trying to figure out what two sets of information did we multiply to get that answer. So we're actually going reverse. We're going reverse. Good, Jaslyn. That's okay, Rick. We're going to help this out. We're going to help you out. Lee, you want to explain to him what you did? You going to come off mute?
Yes. So, I went back to the what was it? The same signs, add and keep, different signs, subtract, keep the sign of the higher number thing that you taught me. And that's how I figured out I would need a negative and a positive. And since I would need to keep the sign of the larger number, I figured out that the 7 would have to be the one that's negative because that's the sign that I would keep. And yeah, we needed a negative and a positive for the negative 21 as well, which is how I got negative 7 and positive 3.
Very good. Look at you. Did you get that, Rick? So, Khadidra, if we were solving for x, if this was a quadratic equation, you are absolutely correct. We would make them equal to 0. But the only thing that we're doing on this is factoring. So let me show y'all what. So we're doing number 11. What number we on, y'all? B. So we're doing a study guide. And all we're doing on this one is factoring right now, but we probably will get to that one in a minute. Rick said, kind of got it right now. Okay, cool. Let's keep going. So let's do, okay, so let's do C. We're still factoring. So this is the one with the, that we use the box on. Okay, so this one has, remember, whenever there's a number in the front, this one is a little different because do you notice what's different? The rest of them, 6, 2. Oh, good. Right, the 2x. So this is different, the 2x squared, because we usually don't have a number in the front. So that lets us know right there we got a little something else, a little something extra going on. You can still do the same thing because the number 2 only have the factors of what? There's only 2 factors for 2. So this one is not a super big number. You can still, and then this is a 9. So you can still kind of do the same thing. Hold on, y'all. This is my son. Hold up. Hold up. Hello? On live tutoring. What's up? You good? Sorry, I shut the word down for my mama. One side is 2x and the other side is just x. Yes, Khadijah. One side is 2x and the other side is x. Here, yes, Kyrie. Yes, 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 yes. 6, 2. How do y'all do it? I know everywhere we in Texas. Okay, so same thing for this one. Now I'm looking. Remember, I'm gonna have to like manipulate these numbers a little bit because I'm still. I mean, all you got is 3 or 9 and 1. Okay. I need to figure out what goes here. Is just gonna be a 3 and 3, or am I gonna use a 9 and 9? 9 and 1. So if I put A 3 here and a 3 here, that's going to be 2 times 6. Okay, okay, that's 6x. 3 times, okay, okay. That works. Because if I did a 9, that's not going to work. So, yep, it's going to have to be, that was easy. That one was easy. That one was too easy.
I have a question on that one because I thought we were supposed to add something to get 9 as well, but 3 and 3 would be 9.
Mm-hmm. We are. So let's see. Let's check it out. So you add the outside and the inside, right? So when we do this one, it's always your outer and your inner numbers that you add. When I say outer, this is my outer and this is my inner. Okay, when you have a big one like that. So when I do 2 and 3, that gives me 6x. When I do 3x, that gives me 3x. So that gives me 9x. So as long as when I multiply, I get this middle term.
Oh, okay. So
Then
that
I'm
2x
good.
is what makes that the 6.
The 2 times 3.
Yes.
Yes. Uh-huh.
Okay, I get it now. Thank you.
You're welcome. So, Kai said she get it. Okay, yeah. Because if we was to put that 9 over there, that would have been 18. And then if that one, you see what I'm saying? That would have been too big. Even if I'd have put the 9 right here and the 1, it still would have been too big. So you can do that with that one because it's not as many numbers. Sun God, what's the tic-tac? I'm not familiar with the tic-tac-toe. Oh, you talking about the box method? What's the tic-tac-toe method? I probably didn't miss 12 messages because I was turned around, my bad. Okay, Jay, that's fine. Are you back? Hey, man. Somebody had asked to join, but they went away. If you let me ride. There she go. I thought Sissy was going to get on. What's too big? Game over? Okay, so we good with that one? Any questions on that one?
No.
Some guy had asked the question, but
Can you do the arrows to like the 2x to the 3 and the 3 to the x and like how we got those answers again just so I can make my reference page?
you want me to multiply it all out or just the outer and inner?
What do you mean the outer and inner? Well, yeah. I think that's it. The outer and inner.
Okay, so I'm gonna show you how I set it up. I think you're talking about to add to the middle term. So let me do it like this. So to add to the middle term, you want to always check these two right here, which is my outside terms. Okay, so that'll be 2x times 3 is equal to 6x. And then you also want to check your inside terms. So that would be 3 times x, which is 3x. And we want to add those. So the sum should equal the middle term. Okay, so 3x plus 6x is 9x. So it checks out to equal that middle term. If the sum of the two outside numbers multiplied together and then the two inside numbers multiplied do not equal the middle, then we know that that's not going to work. Jackie Love, you said for the why with the 9 and the 1 would have been too big. Got it? Okay, cool. Yes, so really pretty much what I had said right here. So I'm gonna show you if I would have used 9 and 1, what would have happened, okay? So let's say I use the number 9 and I use the number 1, okay? So if you know what? Whole light detail. There we go. So let's say I would have put a 9 right here and a 1 right here. Okay, I'm looking for my outside. 2 times 1, so 2x times 1 would equal 2x. And then 9 times x would equal 9x. That would give me 11x, which does not equal the middle term. Okay, you said the distribution. Okay, so that would not equal the middle term. Now, even if I would have flipped it and put the 9 over here and put the 1 over here, 2 and 9 would have given me 18x. 1 and x would have gave me 1x, and that would have gave me 19x. What you mean lead by the first portion?
Like how in the answer in the first parentheses is 2x plus 1. Why isn't it 2x in the second parenthesis as well?
This one right here. Because remember, if I did 2 times 2, is that going to give me 4?
Oh, okay.
So remember, we actually, somebody is telling me to use the distributive property. So remember at the very beginning, remember I said, let me show you how to multiply, because then it'll make more sense. So we have our 3 and our 3, and we did 2x times x, that's 2x squared. 2x times 3 would give me 6x. Then I'm going to come up here, and I'm going to do 3 times x, which is going to give me 3x. And I'm going to do 3 times 3, which is going to give me 9. So everything in the first set has to be multiplied times everything in the second set. Okay? Remember, I got to combine like terms. So my final answer is 2x squared plus 9x plus 9. So remember, when I multiply parentheses, I'm going to take this one times this one times this one, then this. Everything got to be multiplied times everything, okay? So everything has to be multiplied times everything. Who is Kadir? Yeah, I know my face be looking all sorts of. No, Kadira, we're going on a study guide, and that's the ones that we're doing. Hey, success. You got it? Perfect. All right, so now we're going to do, you said, are we going to do D? You're welcome. Aisha, hey Key, I do have a YouTube. It's not a lot on there. I need to do better with uploading stuff. Okay. So remember, factoring and multiplying polynomials go, what did you just ask me? Where did I get the 3x from? I had to find that from the number 9. Whenever I factor, I always look at the last digit to see what numbers I can use to put into the expressions. All right, before we run out of time. Yeah, I'm gonna do D. She said, well, you gonna do D? Melanie said, wrap it up. All right, so y squared minus 225. Gustavo, yes, there's 1,000 ways to do this. Game over. Glad you like it. Glad you like it here. Tutor, yes, I tutor. I missed all these. Sorry, y'all. Hey, Heart. Jackie Love, hopefully you got it. Nice talking about use the distributive property. Girl, everybody be on here want to tell people what to do. All right. I'm going to put a factoring thing somewhere, because this is what happens. When you have 2 terms, there's something that you need to ask yourself. When you have 3 terms, there's something that you need to ask yourself. And if the first term is 8x squared, and then if the first term is just 8, it all means something. Yeah. Oh, you got it solved? You good? Perfect of squares. Difference of squares. Difference of squares. Yeah, difference of squares. Difference of perfect. Yeah, sum and difference of squares. Yes, indeed. That's exactly what it is. So here, remember the middle term is missing. The only way that happens is that when I add the two things together, they cancel each other out. So 225 is a perfect square. Y squared is a perfect square. So this will be minus 15 and plus 15. Look at Melanin. I see you. Knowing your perfect squares. And honestly, when you taking a test, y'all, you can just look at the answers and multiply them out and see if you get what you need. Like when you taking a test, you trying to get the right answer. So if you know how to multiply these polynomials, I used to have students do this when they took my test in class. They would just multiply the answer, which I never, that's why I didn't do multiple choice. They would multiply the answers together. I didn't get multiple choice tests a lot. So square 225, think about it, 2 times 2, 4 times 4, 6 times 6. You're just going down the list. So 15 times 15 is 225. It's go to my page and it's the link. Either watch the first video that's on there that's not pinned and it says get the study guide, or just click the link and then put the first little tab on my link in bio, and then it'll take you to the Montgomery College page and you can get it from there. Okay? Does that make sense? 6-2? Yes, a negative and a positive makes a negative. Yep, yep. So that's the only one it can be. That's what I want you to start doing, looking at them answers, because that's the only way. Lee, did you see that? That's what I'm saying. Y'all use these answers to make sure it works. That's what I would do. That's what I always did. All right, have a good one, Jay. I'm all about doing answers when y'all trying to solve and pass this test. I always look at the answers first to see in any of these. If you don't know how to factor, no, it don't matter. It don't matter which one is first. Mm-mm. Yeah, order doesn't matter. All right, what about E? How are you on that one? What y'all thinking about that one? That one is 4m squared minus 9. Thank you. She said it's D. D? Do y'all agree? Let me see. 2 times 2 is 4. Yep. You see how easy it is when you just use the answers? Melanie, what you was gonna say?
I'm standing on business. It's D.
You not playing no games tonight. She not taking no hostages. Look, we not playing no games. It is, because 2m times 2m is 4m squared and negative, what is it, 3? Negative 3 and positive 3.
Yep.
And if I was to multiply, yes, come on. I'm standing on business. Lee Woo too is like, listen, I'm not playing today. I'm not playing today. What is that song? I'm not stressing today. I have to take my hizzy for nursing, and me and Matt don't get along. Definitely will follow. Yeah, if I can help you, I sure can. Kai, y'all want to help explain it to her? She said, "How is it? What's the answer? Hold on. Let me put the answer up there, y'all. Who's gonna explain it? Because if you can explain it, then you really know what you're talking about."
Well, you just explained it.
Uh-uh.
I mean, I had the answer
Oh, she
right.
said she see. Never mind. She said she see. Okay. Oh, I didn't have the answer written up there for real, for real. You got it?
See, I had it.
All right. What's the next one? Y'all, if I miss somebody's question, somebody asked me that I just. Number 2, what are the solutions? Okay. Is it a question you wanted? Did you find a question yet? You wanted Melanie for me to go over? Or you want to go there to the top? Hey, T-Ty?
Nuh-uh.
Lee, what was it? Because I know she just got it today, so she may not have one either.
But if you want to go over it, you can. But
Which one? Number 2, 3, and 4?
yeah, I guess.
We
Or
doing.
what else was on the test?
She said it was some quadratic equations on there. Somebody said it was quadratic equations on there, which is the next one when you have to solve for the x and we have to factor it, and it said both of them equal to 0. She said that was on the test. Somebody said that was on the test. So number 2 is on the test.
Oh, okay, we could do that one.
All right. So we still on page 11, right? Yeah.
12.
We on 12?
Yeah.
Okay. Anytime you see that 0, that means it's a quadratic equation. Okay. So 0 means quadratic equation. I know y'all probably can't see that. It's Pamela. It's the TSI test. It's a placement test to go to college to see what math you're going to be able to register for school. So anytime you see equal to 0, that makes it a quadratic equation. Quadratic equation. First of all, the equal sign should be like, bow, 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 bow. It's an equation. It's no longer an expression because now I have an equal sign. And anytime I have something equal to 0, that means I need to find out what x is equal to. Okay? So this lets me know I need to figure out what x is equal to. And truth be told, you can use the answers on this one too and just substitute them in because both of them need to work. So you don't have to, hey, game over, you don't have to solve it out. You don't have to factor it out. You can just substitute all the answers in, go A, D, then B, and then C. And then, oh, Shayla, I don't know about no vertical translations. That's like geometry, right? Trigonometry. I can't help you. I'm sorry. I can, but I would have to really, really think. You said it's C? Let me go find the answer. Did you plug them in?
I have a question. By any chance, would it be A?
Why you say A?
Because 3 times 5 is 15. And so I would just cancel that 15 with the other 15. I'm just literally asking. And then I get 0. I could have just possibly made this all up, but it was making sense in my it was making sense in my brain.
I mean, it's the answer, but not really. Oh, hey. Wait, these aren't what we just did. It is what we just did, but okay, so it's gonna be a flip to this one because it's gonna be it's what we just did, but then it's one more step. Okay, hold on. Creations, yes. So we looking at a study guide. Go to my link, go to the link in my bio, and then click that first. It says study guide on there, and then download it. On page number 2. It look like this. It's the. She must be getting off work, huh? Don't you? She said, "Lee, talk about this. Not what we just did. It is what we just did. You welcome." Why the answer's negative? Because you got positive answers first, right? Okay. So
I just took a wild guess.
I know you did. So when you factored it, Lee, you end up getting x, what was it, plus 3, and then x plus 5, right? But remember, we're trying to figure out what x is equal to. So anytime you pull these out of, you can't just like put them and say that's the answer. Anytime two things are equal to 0, I have to solve for x. Okay, I need to get x by itself. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna say x plus 3 is equal to 0, x plus 5 is equal to 0, and then you're gonna solve for it. So that's why they're negative, because you actually have to solve for the x, and so the signs are gonna be opposite than what they are in here. So if you were in math class, this would be the next section after factoring. You learn how to factor. Now we're going to use factoring to help us solve quadratic equations. So everything just keeps building and getting more and more amazing. So, Legal, it's just, you did it right. You factored and you got to here. But now we have to solve for x. So we get x is equal to -3. And we get x is equal to -5. That's why I said on a question like this, I would literally take the answers and substitute them into the equation till I figure out which one works. Because if you're not familiar with it, it can get too much. You know what I'm saying? She didn't zone out. She like, I can't do it no more.
Who, me?
Nah, Lee.
Oh.
Oh no, I'm still here. I'm just listening.
Oh, okay. So this is what happens. That's why I said this is a quadratic equation. Anytime you have an equation, remember you have to get x by yourself and you have to solve for x, okay? And anytime you solve for x, you have to do, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, minus this, minus that, stuff like that, right? So once you do your part where you get to your factoring, you're like, oh, it's x plus 3 and x plus 5. This is what I want you to do when you take the test. If that just was too much for you and you was like, I'm not even trying to deal with all of that, right? I want you to go back and I want you to take this first number and I want you to go 3 squared plus 8 times 3 plus 15 is equal to 0. And I want you to solve it and see if it works. Then I want you to go back and I want you to take that 5 and put it in there just like that and see if it works. This is not going to work whenever you do it. It's not going to give you 0. Okay? It's not going to give you 0. But the -3 and the -5 will give you 0. X plus 3 and x plus 5. Oh, yes. Okay, hold on. Hi, Les. Hold on. You think you get it now? She said, can we do the next one? Yes. Hold on. Les, was you trying to join? Did you have a question? I seen you, but I don't know you. Like, you hadn't said nothing, so I was like, I don't know you like that. Somebody real quick asked, how do we get x plus 3 and x plus 5? You always look at this last number right here. Yes, we're going to do the next one. Look at the last number right there, love, and you're going to factor it. You're going to look for the two numbers that add up to equal 8, because that's what we need always. They have to add up to equal the middle term. So that's why we did x plus 3 and x plus 5 is equal to 0. You have a question, you're questioning because you have a question, you're new here. So I'm a little bit, I make sure I protect my people. But you can request again. Love, did you get that? Mari said okay. All right. So we had did this at the beginning of the live. That's why we already down a little bit further. We've been on here since what time? 8:30?
Okay, for the next one, I ain't gonna lie. I did it the same way, which is not gonna make sense to you, but I got B.
You got B, is it right?
I don't know.
All right, so let's go through it. Let's see. So this is number, okay, so I'm going to show y'all now. We're going to do another one. This is number 3. This is, what is it? X squared plus 9x minus 22 equals 0. This is an equation, so that means I have to solve for x. Or you can just substitute the answers in. But I think it seemed like to me y'all want to learn how to do it.
I think that's what I'm doing. I'm just not making sense. I think I'm substituting the answers.
And that's fine as long as you get it right. That I'm good with that. What did you get?
Because I did -11 times 2, and I just took the negative sign because it was more. And then it equaled the -22, which equals 0. It don't make sense, but I got it right for the second time.
But did you, number 3?
Yes. Is it B?
Yeah, it is.
Like, I don't know how I'm getting the answer. I don't know how to explain how I'm getting the answer. if that makes sense.
Okay, because what happens is you're subtracting. So you put it in, it was 11 plus. B? Did you look at the answers? Yeah, it's B.
It's B. I'm
Number
trying
three?
not. I'm trying not to cheat, so I don't want to look at
No,
the
no, no,
answer.
no. Yeah, no, no. I'm making sure you checked it. It's B. It's B.
I just don't know how to explain how I got it that in a way that makes sense. So if
I
you could
got
do it
you.
your way, so I can write it down.
Yeah, I will. Lee. Very yes. Did you get the numbers? Did you factor
Baby,
it?
I'm over here holding on to my edges because I'm so confused
No, no,
at.
no, no. Factor it like we've been factoring it the whole time.
Okay, because I done got 121 plus 81 minus 22. I'm so far off the boat, baby. Help me, please.
No, 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 no. What? How do we fact? How do we break them apart? We always look at this. Remember?
Yes, to see what times what equals that, and
Mm-hmm.
what plus what equals the 9. And
Okay.
I know it's 11 and 2, and since one of them is negative and one of them is positive, I'm automatically gonna need a negative and a positive number. Um, and yeah, when I just tried to like input it in, like put the 11 in and stuff like that, that's what threw me off. I don't think I need to be trying to do that no more.
You do. So, but tell me this. You said you know it's 11 and you know it's a 2. What's gonna make a positive 9? What's gonna make a positive 9?
Um, a negative, a positive 9 would be a negative 11 and a positive 2.
So when I add that, is that gonna give me a positive 9?
No, because the 11 is negative, so I would need the 2 to be the
Yes.
negative.
There you go. Boom. There it is. That's the answer, right?
Right.
Janisha got it. But now I need to solve for x because it's equal. So all you got to do is remember that this is going to be x is equal to negative 11 and x is equal to 2. Whenever you take them out from where they are, the opposite thing happens to them because they're still inside the parentheses. So when you take them outside of the parentheses, it's going to reverse the signs. Does that make sense?
So when you say I reverse the signs, is that just something like that's just the need to know because what?
No, I'm just trying to shortcut it so you're not confused. So it's another step because I have to solve for x. So
Right.
there's a rule that says when I got two factors that's equal to 0. So when it says, write this down. When a times b is equal to 0, that's my fault. A is equal to 0 and b is equal to 0. This is the rule that you're learning. This is called, it's a zero property rule. It's the zero property rule. Chi, it just depends. It won't be the biggest number. It depends on the sign. Since this was a positive number, the biggest number had to get it. But remember, if it's a negative, yeah, you're right, it will. Yeah. I'm just thinking in my head, yeah, it's still the bigger number. Because if it's, oh shoot, if it's negative, then the bigger number needs to be negative. If it's positive, then the positive number needs to be negative. But it's depending on that sign right there. Does that make sense, Kai? It depends on what this sign is, who gets what.
So is it after once you give the answer, then you just flip the signs?
Mm-mm. So you see, these two things are being multiplied together to equal 0, right?
Right.
So now I'm going to take this first section, which is A, and I'm going to say x plus 11 is equal to 0. I'm going to separate them and make two different equations so I can solve for x. Based on this rule. So math is nothing but a lot of rules. If it tells me I have two sets of information that are equal to 0, right? I can separate these and I can solve for the variable because I can't solve for the variable when there's two of them at the same time. I can't do that. Good, Jonisha. So I have to apply this rule that says, hey, I got two of these answers that's equal to 0. I'm going to separate them, make two different problems, and then I'm going to solve for x. And that's, you see what happens? I have a negative 11 and a positive 2 because I solved for I solved for x. Is that right? So how you feel? You okay? You still hanging on?
Yeah, I'm screenshotting it so I can refer back
So
to
this
it.
is so this is a rule. So remember, math is a rule. It says when I have A times
You have to
B
be
equal to
quiet.
0, I can separate them things and make
Have you took a
one side
bath?
equal to 0 and the other side
You
equal
took
to
a bath?
0. Then I'm going to
Yeah.
solve.
You
Hold on,
took a
let me
bath
write this
today?
in here. Solve for
You took
x.
a bath today,
Okay?
Katie?
So you want to separate
Katie?
and
He
then you
took a
want to
bath today?
solve. So the rule says when they're together,
Why are you
you want to
lying so
separate
much?
them and then solve. That may help.
Can you please find my pants? They're in there. I saw them this morning. So look in the basketball chair. 10-year-old black. Pull them out. Please.
Melanie, we hear. Oh, she thinks she on mute. Melanie, you know you're not on mute, right?
Because he doing the most.
Leave him alone. Look at Raven up in here. Oh, I didn't even know they were saying nothing. I wasn't even talking. Y'all rushing her. They said please though.
Yeah, my bad. My son lied and said he took a bath.
Y'all, this real life over here. Y'all seen me at
For
the moment.
real.
I put my phone on hold when my son called. Okay, Lee, how you doing?
I'm
Hey,
hanging
baby.
on. I'm feeling confident. I'm not the best, but I'm getting it. I'm getting some of it at least.
Oh, Natasha, they being nice. They said thank you. Raven, what you doing up in here? How are you? Look at Raven and Pop Beck. How are you, ma'am? Good to see you. It's been a while. She said my math. Trying to get prepared, huh? We working on this review. Let me see. Is that all of that section?
Times the x on the bottom under the 2.
Like multiplied on this side?
Like, can you multiply the 3x times the x under the 2? And then it'll still be 3x. And then, I don't know. Never mind. I threw myself
Yeah,
off.
like this.